Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Today is Tuesday, December 4th, which means it is the release date of Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare, the third and final book in the Dark Artifices trilogy, and I am so excited. I'm a bit nervous to go into it because the ending of the second book was just really heartbreaking, and my friend Trin from Transformers mentioned that the beginning of Queen of Air and Darkness is basically a continuation of the ending of the second book. It's actually almost 8 a.m. I woke up like an hour ago, and I actually don't have classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Usually I have my internship, but my internship ended like a week or two ago. So my Tuesdays and Thursdays are completely free, but that doesn't mean I can just slack off. I have a bunch of work to do because this is the week before finals. And so I have to work on my study guides, I have papers to write. And so that's why I woke up early, just so I can get a bunch of shit done so that I can spend the evening reading and relaxing. I don't have the copy of Queen of Air and Darkness yet because I'm going to reward myself by buying it later on in the evening. Also, this reading vlog is going to be pretty spoilery for the Dark Artifices and pretty much entire Shadowhunter Chronicles. I really want to share my thoughts about Queen of Air and Darkness, and I want to be spoilery about it. So unfortunately, if you haven't read this book yet, or even the entire Shadowhunters Chronicles, you probably will get spoiled, so sorry. So that's just how this vlog is gonna be, but don't worry, there will be more non-spoilery vlogs in the future. It's about 9 a.m. right now, and I think I'm done working on a paper. For my internship class, I have to do a term paper, which is 8 to 10 pages, and that paper, along with another like 2-page paper, is due next week, but I just want to be done with it so that I can focus on studying for finals next week, because I don't want to be working on a paper during finals week. I reached my 8-page minimum, and I think that's good enough for me because this paper is just basically me talking about my internship experience, what I liked, what I disliked, and also like tying in all the criminal justice classes that I've taken and how my internship experience was informed by those classes. I think I'm pretty much done with it, so I'm just gonna go quickly read through it again, make any last minute changes, and then I'm gonna move on. Hi everyone, so it's 3:38 p.m. and I'm on my way to go to Half Price Books to buy Queen of Air and Darkness, and I'm so excited. And since I'm going to Half Price Books, I figured I would sell some books there. I actually had like a stack of books that I've unhauled from my shelves for a while now, but I still kept them around because I was trying to sell them on Depop, but it's been a couple months and no one wanted these books, so I figured I might as well just sell them to Half Price Books. On my way to I just dropped my phone. On my way to Half Price Books, I'm going to continue listening to Trials of Apollo, The Burning Maze by Rick Riordan. This is the third book. I've gone through like a little bit over 5.5 hours into the audiobook, and I have like 7.5 hours left. I am back in my car, and ow! So I definitely underestimated how heavy this book was when I lifted it up, and I just went way too fast and it just hit me in the face. So I'm back in my car and I got it. Oh my god, this book is huge, and I think it's almost like 900 pages, but I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to go home and dive into it. When I got into the store, I was looking for this book and it was not on display. Rude. So I had to go and ask someone to get it for me, and it took like 5 minutes for them to get it to me because it was still in a box. Also, this book is signed. Look at that classic Cassie signature. But yeah, that's really cool, and that's a nice surprise to see. I also ended up buying another book, and that is Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. This book was $8.99 for a hardcover, and it's in really good condition. I've already read this book and I really enjoyed it, and I just didn't own a copy, so I figured it's time that I buy it. I ended up getting like $8.50 in all the books that I sold. I also sold a couple of movies because I just don't need physical movie discs anymore, so I ended up selling those as well. So I just got home, but look at the inside of the dust jacket. Oh my god, this is beautiful. Wow. So before I get into reading, I think I'm going to go take a quick shower before I jump into the book. So it's now time to start the book, which means that the spoilery part of the video will now begin. The first line of the first chapter already has me feeling a bunch of emotions. Ty passed out and Mark is carrying Ty's unconscious body. Wow. Okay. Oh my god. It's been a year and a half since I read Lord of Shadows, and since I cried over Livy dying, and I'm still not over it. Her death still has so much impact on me that I just can't So Tai is sleeping and Kit is in Tai's room just making sure that Tai is okay. And Kit is just so concerned about Tai and he just knows Tai. His first lines in the book is he going to be alright? Referring to Tai, and that just broke my heart. And then on the next page he says Tai likes familiar things. He won't know where he is when he wakes up. We should make sure his bag is here and whatever stuff he brought from London. And that just warms my heart. With Livy's death, I know that Kit will play such an important part in Tai's healing process, and I'm so glad that Kit is there for Tai, and I'm really looking forward to see more scenes with Tai and Kit together because they are just the cutest. I feel pretty bad for Helen because she obviously loves and cares for her younger siblings, but since she has been exiled for a while, they don't really have a close connection with one another, so she just feels very disconnected. I felt for her at the beginning of the book when she was talking with Drew, and Drew didn't really seem to want to be in her presence. And then now on page 14, where Helen and Mark are going to pick up Tavi, and Helen was lifting her arms to carry Tavi, then Tavi went to Mark instead, and that just kind of makes me really sad for her. Oh my god. So, Mark and Helen just told Tavi that Livy passed away, and just seeing Rafe and Max hug Tavi and this friendship that they have just makes me so emotional. Honestly, so far this book, I have not stopped crying because there's just so many... Wow. This is such a sad book. I'm only on page 15 and I've cried like a million times, so... Off to a great start. Thank you, Cassandra Clare, for making me feel all the feels. Tavi is still so young and he's already lost so many people in his life, and it's just so heartbreaking. I know that throughout this book, seeing each Blackthorn family member cope with Livy's death is just going to be so heartbreaking. So Zara's father is going to replace Robert Lightwood as the new Inquisitor, and things are just gonna go downhill from here because of him. I just know it. I'm not looking forward to it, and I don't want him to be Inquisitor. So I turned the page and there's this gorgeous artwork in the book. What? I was not expecting this. I really hope that there's more of this throughout the book because that would be amazing. But yeah, right here we have Magnus, and then here is Julian. Julian is seeking Magnus's help, and I'm kind of worried what Magnus's help is going to lead to. So I'm taking a reading break to do some online shopping because I just got an email from Out of Print, which is an online store that sells bookish items, and they currently have 5 days of sales, and today the totes are $12 when they're originally like $20 or $24, and they have free shipping. Shipping itself is already like $5, I believe. I just can't pass up this deal, so I'm gonna buy a tote even though I really should not be spending any more money because I spent so much money the past few weeks with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I spent $23 buying books today, and I just shouldn't be spending any more money, but I'm gonna do it. I have tons of totes and I really do not need any more, but this one has a zipper. Look at that. This one is perfect. It's big too, so I can fit tons of books in it whenever I go to a book convention or a signing. And it's originally $24, so it's 50% off, and I think that's such a good deal, and I love the design of it. I have a pouch from Out of Print that has this design on it as well, so now I can match my pouch with this tote bag. So yeah, I'm gonna get it. I talked to Trin about getting this bag, and she said you should get it. It's a great deal, and today is a holiday anyway because Queen of Air and Darkness, and that just made me laugh. I just got to this page, and oh my god, just look at Tai just kneeling over Livy. So it seems that there will be drawings throughout the book, which I'm really looking forward to seeing because it really like helps me visualize what is going on. I'm so emotional. Oh my god. Also, Zara and her friends are fucking terrible, so yeah, there's that. So far, this whole entire book has only made me cry. I'm 68 pages into this book and I feel like I'm crying like every 5 pages. I love these characters so much. I love the entire Blackthorn family. Seeing them all grieving and in pain over the loss of their sister Just makes me so sad. So now we have a scene of Emma and Jem talking, and in the previous book it was mentioned towards the end that Tessa was sick and that Magnus was sick as well, so there's some sort of sickness going on with all the warlocks. However, if you've read the novella Through Blood Through Fire, I believe that's the name, but one of the novellas, which is in Ghost of the Shadow Market, we find out that Tessa is pregnant, and I believe that is the reason why she's sick. So on this page that I'm on, Jem says that Tessa was ill but she recovered, so I think that her illness was just relating to her pregnancy. Tessa is pregnant with Jem's baby, and I'm so happy for Jem and Tessa. So that's a bit of a happy moment in the book. So we just find out why Ty climbed up the pyre, and he just wanted to get Livy's necklace so he can perform necromancy, which is honestly not very surprising because I feel like he is going to want to do something to bring his sister back. But I don't know how this is gonna go. I really don't think it's gonna work out. I know that Cassie posted a snippet from the book that has Livy speaking saying, "I'm dead, aren't I?" And I'm kind of nervous because I don't want anything bad to happen to Ty. Ultimately, I feel like Livy is just gonna remain dead. Ty might find some way to bring her back for a brief moment. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of bad consequences to it, but I'm pretty sure that Livy's death is permanent and nothing is really going to change that. So a few days ago, I watched Emma's theories about Queen of Air and Darkness, and she mentioned a lot of things that I'm kind of picking up in this book. One of them being Ty attempting necromancy to bring Livy back, and then the second one being Mark, Kieran, and Christina being in a polyamorous relationship. While Kieran is in the Scholomance with Diego, Diego receives a note from Christina, and Kieran immediately replies with concern regarding Christina rather than Mark, which Diego notices, but he quickly brushes that aside. And then now on page 91, Kieran sends Christina a note that Emma definitely thinks is kind of weird because of how, like, romantic it seems. When Christina passes the note that she receives from Kieran to Emma, and the way Emma reacts to it is really funny because I'm imagining how the tone of her voice would be, and I think it's really funny. But she definitely says that this is a romantic note. I definitely think that there's something that's going to happen between Christina, Mark, and Kieran. So we just found out about the spell that Magnus did to Julian, and Magnus basically took away all of Julian's emotions for Emma, and this has affected his other emotions too. So Gwyn has appeared, and he and Diana are having a scene together, and they're just being so cute and adorable, and I can't wait to see more of them together. So Ty and Kit are meeting with Shade, who is a warlock from the London Shadow Market, and there's a theory that Shade is actually Ragnar Fell, who died in the Mortal Instrument. Based on things that I've seen, I do feel like Shade is Ragnar Fell, but Shade is going to help Ty and Kit bring Livy back, and I'm glad that it's Shade that's helping Ty and Kit other than some other warlock. So it's currently 10:30 p.m. I have reached chapter 7 of the book, which is page 128. I have classes tomorrow, so I think I'm going to stop for today and go to sleep. Tomorrow is going to be a long day because I have 3 classes, and then I work from 3 to about 10:30 p.m. So I most likely won't get a lot of reading done tomorrow, and probably won't be vlogging a lot tomorrow as well. So good night for now. Good morning, everyone. It is Wednesday, December 5th, and it is 7:34 a.m. My first class of the day doesn't start till 9:20, but I usually head out to leave my house around 8:20ish. So I have some time to kill before I leave, and usually I wake up this early because I eat breakfast, but I'm not feeling very hungry at this moment, so I'm going to wait till I get to school to eat breakfast. So that means I'm going to read some more of Queen of Air and Darkness. Like I mentioned last night, I probably won't get a lot of reading done tonight just because I have classes and then I'm going to be working throughout the night, but I'm going to try to read as much as I can now. So Mark and Christina were about to have sex, but none of them have a steely on them, so they can't draw a birth control rune on Christina. I really love seeing Mark and Christina together. I think they're really adorable, and I can't wait to see when Kieran comes into the mix of everything. Okay, so I spoke too soon because Mark did have a steely on him, because as they were going back to the institute, the door was locked, so he took out his steely and drew a rune on it to open the door. So I don't know why he lied to Christina. So we just had that one happy moment and it went downhill. Hi everyone, so it's currently 11:37 p.m. I got home like 35 minutes ago. I just took a shower and I'm just so exhausted. I ended up getting out of work a lot later than I expected. Today was just a very long day. I'm only on page 170 at the moment, and I'm going to go straight to bed because I'm exhausted. Good morning everyone. So it is about 8:20 a.m. I don't know what happened this morning because I had my alarm set at 7 a.m. and I woke up at 8. I'm the type of person that doesn't need snooze to wake up in the morning. I set an alarm, I hear the alarm, I immediately get out of bed. Sometimes on the weekend I'll still have an alarm, but I'll still sleep in a little bit. But when it comes to the weekday, I need to get out of bed at that specified time. I'm glad that I don't have classes today, so it doesn't really matter that I woke up later than intended. There was just a lot of things that I wanted to get done in the morning, so that's why I set an alarm for 7. I don't know if my phone just didn't go off or it did go off and I quickly turned it off and then went straight back to bed, because I have no recollection of that. So right now I'm about to eat breakfast, and then around 12 I'm gonna head to campus because I have an interview at 1, and then around 3 I'm going to go tutoring at an after-school program. I don't think I'll get a lot of reading done throughout the day, but definitely at night I'm going to be reading before going to bed, and hopefully I get through a decent amount of the book. Hi everyone, so it's 7:10 p.m. I got home from tutoring like 30 minutes ago and I just finished eating dinner. For now I need to go shower, and then hopefully around like 9 o'clock I can be in bed and continue reading Queen of Air and Darkness, because I have not touched the book all day and I'm dying to know what happens next. And my friend Trin from Transformers, she has a booktube channel as well. Definitely check her out, she's amazing. We're pretty much buddy reading this book together, and she's all caught up to where I am, and she got the book like a day later than I did. So I can't wait to continue reading so that we can continue talking about the book together. So I'm currently on page 199. Mark and Christina are doing some patrolling to figure out all the things going on with the ley lines. They finally have a talk about why Mark lied to her, and it seems like they resolved their issues, but of course they get interrupted by some sort of demon. Towards the bottom of page 199 he says, "I just want to make it clear that I did not engineer the interruption of the Harpia demon and was indeed eager to continue with our sexual congress." Okay, Mark. Oh my god, Kieran just showed up and now he and Christina and Mark are all together. I forgot about Kieran for a second since we were focusing on other characters, but I'm glad that he showed up. So Ty and Kit go to the shadow market. They've been banned from the shadow market, but they try to go. Kit is talking to Barnabas to try to convince him to let them in, and Kit mentioned that his dad has hidden this thing called the Red Scrolls of Magic within the shadow market, trying to convince Barnabas to let him in. But unfortunately Barnabas already knows about it. I talked to Trin about this and she said that she doesn't know what it is, but it is the title of the first book in the Eldest Curses, which is the new Shadowhunter series by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu that follows Magnus Bane. So I'm definitely intrigued. I love that with every interaction that Ty and Kit have, it's so clear that Kit has feelings for Ty, and I'm just waiting for them to get together because I think they are the cutest and I just want them to be happy. So I'm on page 212 and the Seelie Queen has just told Julian how the Pierre Bataille bond could be broken. I'm a little bit confused about the process. The Queen says that in the Silent City there is the original Pierre Bataille rune inscribed by Jonathan Shadowhunter and David the Silent. If it is destroyed, all the Pierre Bataille runes in the world will be broken. Is this original Pierre Bataille rune like in a book? I'm not really sure what context the rune is in. And then at the end of the page she says there's only one way to destroy the rune. It must be cut through and through by the mortal sword. The sword is shattered, so that's a problem. So I just read page 227. Mark, Christina, Helen, and Kieran are in a room together. Helen and Mark are debating about who should go to Fairy to help Emma and Julian. So they're going back and forth, and then Christina says that she should go because she has the family heirloom, and then all of a sudden Kieran speaks up and says that he should go with Christina, and then everyone's like, "What? You're awake?" And then Kieran says, "I've been awake for a while, but I pretended to be asleep because it was awkward." And I just laughed out loud when I read that because that's such a Kieran line and it's just so funny. Anyways, back to the book. Oh damn. So apparently the plan is for Christina, Mark, and Kieran to go into Fairies. I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out, which means that Helen will remain in the LA Institute with Aline, and I really hope that this will provide her the opportunity to connect with her siblings more, because I just feel so bad for Helen and her just really not knowing how to comfort her younger siblings. Quinn just told Diana that he loves her, and I'm just so happy for them and their relationship. So Mark, Kieran, and Christina are literally going to bed together. They're all on one bed, sleeping side by side. I honestly squealed a little when I read that, so I'm just really happy for them. Good morning, everyone. It is now Friday. It's 7:43 a.m. I leave my house in like 35 minutes, so in the meantime, I am going to try to get some reading done. So today I have 3 classes, and then at 3 p.m. I have an internship forum, which is a requirement for my internship class. Basically, everyone that had an internship this semester has to go to this forum and speak about their internship. The forum is kind of like a panel, so I have to answer a bunch of questions regarding my internship. Page 243, to no surprise, the captive is the queen's son, and Neen mentions that the son's name is Ash. We all know that Christine has this theory that the queen and Sebastian had a child together, and in Lord of Shadows, when we were introduced to Ash, everyone was like, this is that child. Although it's not mentioned that Sebastian is the father, it is revealed that Ash is the queen's son, and eventually I'm sure we'll find out that Sebastian is the father. And of course, not surprisingly, the queen has betrayed Emma and Julian. So it's about 5:08 p.m. and I'm about to head home. I just got out of the internship forum, which lasted longer than I thought. I was supposed to be there from 3 to 4, but then my name didn't get called until 4. So I had to stay there for the rest of the time. I'm excited to head home. Also got a box of Krispy Kreme donuts all to myself. Hi everyone, it is now 9:04 p.m. I'm about to quickly go over my study guide for healthcare ethics because my final is on Monday and I really need to start studying for that. So I'm gonna quickly go over the study guide, and then after going over the study guide, I'm finally going to continue reading.
Hi Sandy.
Hi Trin.
We decided to take a break and talk about Queen of Air and Darkness.
It was a very good discussion.
Yeah, because we have so much to say about everything. Okay, what time is it? 11:46.
Yep, 10:46.
Did we talk for like 30 minutes or so?
I honestly don't even know, but it's definitely been like at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, we have so much to say. Okay, bye.
Bye. So as you saw from that clip, I just FaceTimed with Trin for a little bit. I think we FaceTimed for like 30 minutes, maybe a little bit over that. But we had a really good discussion about the book so far. And it's also revealed that the Black Volume of the Dead is also called The Dark Artifices, which is where the title of the trilogy comes from. I actually never thought about that before, but this is really interesting. So on page 303, it is officially confirmed that Ash is the son of Sebastian Morgenstern and the Seelie Queen. I'm sure we all predicted that, but wow. I still can't believe that Christine has predicted that Sebastian and the Seelie Queen had a child together. It still blows my mind that she predicted this huge, important aspect of the story. Good morning everyone, it is 8:19 a.m. It is Saturday now and it's the weekend before finals, so most of what I'm going to be doing this weekend is studying, which is not fun. I'm not sure when I'll get around to picking up Queen of Air and Darkness this weekend, but mostly like usually at night, just so I can focus on studying throughout the day. I just finished reading chapter 15. I'm on page 340, and so Jace and Clary has finally showed up. It turns out that they were captured by the Unseelie King. I really look forward to seeing where it goes. And so since Sebastian is Ash's father, and that means that Clary is Ash's aunt, I'm really curious about Ash's experience being in the Unseelie court. Apparently the writers were the one that were protecting him, and when he first screamed their names, I was really scared for Emma and Julian because in the previous book, Emma killed one of these writers, and so obviously these writers want to get revenge. But I guess since that they are in the tower, they are forbidden from killing Emma and Julian without the king's permission, so that has prevented Emma and Julian from immediately being killed off, which I don't think Cassie is gonna do. It's almost 2 p.m. I've been taking a break from studying just so I could catch up to Trin because I think she's on page like 380 something, so I really want to catch up with her so we can discuss more. So Diana and Horace are having a conversation, and Horace reveals to Diana that he knows that she transitioned using mundane medicine, and I'm not surprised that he knows, but also how the hell did he find out? So there's this whole showdown going on at the Seelie court. The queen has showed up and Annabelle is very protective of Ash. She knows the king's name. I don't remember if it was mentioned how she knows his name. And then the king mentions the land of Thule. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I really want to learn more about this land and what it means for the Shadowhunter world. Oh shit. So this image that the king showed was basically a portal, and Annabelle and Ash fell through that portal, and Now they are gone. I didn't realize this was an actual portal that they could step through. I thought it was just kind of like an image. I'm on page 375. A fight has broken out and literally so much is happening right now. Kieran killed the king and now the queen took Adion, I don't know how to say this person's name, but Kieran's brother. Fucking Zara has Cortana in her possession. So since Emma and Julian jumped through the portal that Ash and Annabelle went through, they're in Thule, which is a place that we don't know anything about pretty much. But now it seems that Julian's emotions are all back. Okay, so it seems that Thule is a version of their world, but something happened, so it's kind of like a alternate reality, so a parallel universe, I guess. So in this world, Sebastian is alive. Oh my god. What is this world? This is weird because Ash now looks 17 when he was 13 in Emma and Julian's world. But it's the same Ash because he still has that X-shaped scar on his throat. Oh my god, this is Livy in this world and she looks so badass. So seeing Livy in this world, even though it's not the real Livy in our world and Emma and Julian's actual world, it still makes me so emotional. So it seems that there are some shadow hunters who aren't endarkened in this world, and it seems that Livy and Cameron, who is Emma's ex-boyfriend, are among these shadow hunters that aren't endarkened yet. I'm on the last page of chapter 17, and apparently Ty is dead in this world, and oh my god, the roles flipped, and that just makes me so sad. I'm crying again. We just read Livy's story about what happened to her while she was in Thule's, and it's literally the saddest thing. She basically experienced the loss of all of her siblings, and now she's just by herself, and it's so sad. Livy mentioned a comment that says, Ty grew up so handsome, the girls must be all over him, or the boys. And that just made me remember, wait, where is Kit in this world? Where does he belong? So I am curious about that. Pretty much learning about who has died and who's still alive in Thule's makes me so emotional. For example, Magnus and Alec are dead, Jem is dead, and now I just found out that Isabel is dead in Thule's. This world is just so devastating. So I just finished chapter 21. I'm now on page 509. Julian and Emma have finally escaped Thule. I am kind of sad that Livy didn't join them, but I knew that Livy needed to be where she was. Also, the fact that Cameron died in Thule. The Livy in Thule's has lost so many people, and I just feel so sad for her. But I'm glad that she and Julian had this brief moment together. Livy also gave Emma a letter that she wrote to Ty, and I know that once we get to read that letter, it's going to be so emotional and I'm going to cry all over again. I'm hoping that maybe that letter will convince Ty not to, you know, go into necromancy and all of that. We've been in Emma and Julian's point of view for like 100 pages now. It's kind of weird not hearing from any of the other characters. It is currently 10:38 p.m. It's a lot later than I thought it'd be, but I'm currently on page 524, and I just want to say that I love Aline and Helen. On this page, Helen is trying to say something, but everyone keeps interrupting her, and then all of a sudden, Aline throws a lamp and she's like, everyone be quiet and listen to my wife, and it's all in capital letters, and that just makes me so happy. I just really enjoyed seeing bits and pieces of their relationship. I really like Aline, and I love how she stands up for her wife. I just read page 543, and it's revealed that Shade is Ragnar. How is he alive? That is the true question. And since he is alive, I wonder why he kept his identity a secret from everyone, especially Katerina and Magnus, who are two of his closest friends. So I just finished chapter 23. I'm now on page 556, and Annabelle is apparently still alive. What? I'm confused because I thought that Julian killed her when they were in Thule's, unless it was a different version of Annabelle. I don't know, I doubt it, but I'm really curious how she is still sitting in the room with Horace and Zara and Manuel. Right now it's 11:16 p.m. and I'm debating whether I should read another chapter or go to bed. I think I'm gonna read another chapter. So I'm about to read the letter that Livy wrote to Ty, and I feel like I'm gonna get really emotional, so I wanted to record this. I'm tearing up and the words are blurring because I can't see through these tears. Despite reading the letter and what Libby wrote, Ty still wants to bring her back. So the letter is an object from another dimension, which is one of the things we need to do the spell, and I did not realize that. It's about 11:43. I just finished reading chapter 24 and I'm now on page 585. So while Emma and Julian were in Thule, they found out that the Lake Lynn water could actually heal and cure all this blight stuff with all the warlocks. So Gwyn and the Wild Hunt went to go retrieve the water from Idris, and apparently the water seems to be working on Magnus, so that's really great news. I think I'm going to stop reading for the night and I'll continue on again tomorrow. So it's currently 11:05 a.m. I've been spending the morning doing some schoolwork. I submitted a couple of assignments. So this is kind of what my schedule looks like for this upcoming week. I have 2 finals this day. The first one is my healthcare ethics final, which is at 1 p.m. And then I have a take-home final for my criminal justice class revolving around the topic mental illness and crime. The final is going to be posted at 12 p.m. but I have until 6 p.m. to work on it. I have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday free, but I do work Wednesday night. I definitely have more than enough time to study for my psychology final. This is my counseling class and it's at 9 a.m. on Friday, and unfortunately my school has Saturday finals, which is the last day of finals for the week. I have a math one at 1 p.m. and then all of my papers are due for my criminal justice internship, which I've already finished. That's pretty much what my finals week is going to look like, and now I definitely need to study for finals, so I'll talk to y'all later. So Ty and Kit have collected all the items needed for the spell to bring Livy back, and they go to Shade, but Shade says that he's actually not going to help them because he didn't expect for them to be able to find all of the items. I don't know if Ty's gonna stop here or if he's still determined to bring Livy back, but Ty and Drew had this really cute moment together that I really loved. I'm currently on page 650 and I just want to say that it makes me really happy to see all these shadow hunters and downworlders from all across the world be together and be united, and they all have the same goal of taking down the cohort. This whole resistance is called Livia's Watch and I'm so emotional right now. So apparently Horace and the entire cohort know about the meeting that Julian just had with all the other shadow hunters and downworlders that were against the cohort. Annabelle actually attended the meeting, but she was disguised as a different shadow hunter. So apparently Annabelle can shapeshift now, or is this like the whole black volume thing coming into play, because we still don't know where the black volume is, unless Annabelle has had it the whole time and it just hasn't been revealed to the reader. So that means now Livia's Watch doesn't have the elements of surprise anymore, and I just don't know what to say anymore. Livy basically says that there will be consequences to Ty's actions and then she disappears, and I feel like this is going to play into the wicked powers. I don't know. I'm scared for Ty and Kit. I mean, they're getting their own series, so like we'll see more of them in the future, but I'm still scared for what's to come. It's already 9:51 p.m. Where has the time gone? I'm currently on page 738 of the book and I'm going to try to finish this chapter and then go over my study guide for my final tomorrow. Good morning everyone. It is Monday, December 10. It's almost 9 a.m. I am about to head to campus soon. From 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. my school is hosting a finals breakfast for commuter students. So, you know, free food, breakfast food too, which is like my favorite. But other than that, I'll be on campus for pretty much most of the day to study for finals, take finals, and so on. So I probably won't get a lot of reading done for most of the day until later tonight. So that's my update for now. I will talk to you guys probably later tonight. Hi everyone. So it's now almost 7:30 p.m. I got home like an hour ago and I just finished eating dinner. I finished 2 finals today. My criminal justice final was a take home and it was a lot easier than I thought. The professor said to expect to work on the final for like an hour and a half, but it literally took me like 30 minutes to complete it. And since I had all of my notes in front of me and the questions on the final were literally based off of the group presentations that we had throughout the semester, so that final was just super easy and I think I did really well on it. My healthcare ethics final was alright. The final was like a mix of multiple choice questions, short answer, and there were 2 essays on it. So overall, I think the final was definitely fair. Some of the multiple choice questions were a little bit difficult, but I still think I did well on it. So right now I'm going to shower and then I'm going to be in bed in my pajamas reading Queen of Air and Darkness. Emma and Julian are giants now. I have no idea what the fuck is happening, but Julian just broke Horace in half and I'm not mad about that. And then all of a sudden, Emma called for the riders of Manon and they easily killed 2 of them already, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill the rest, so what? Also, the Annabelle in this world just happened to be a demon, so I think that the actual Annabelle is actually dead and that the Annabelle that we saw was just a disguise. But still, where is the black volume of the dead? So apparently Emma and Julian are no longer parabatized, they no longer have the rune on them. So Tessa and Kit are having a little chat. Tessa asks Kit if he wants to live with her and Jem and the new baby that they're gonna have, and while it's so sweet and I'm glad that Tessa made this offer, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that Kit said yes, just because it means that he's gonna be leaving the Blackthorns and particularly leaving Ty, and he didn't even want to say goodbye to them. I know that with like the wicked powers, this isn't the end of Ty and Kit, but I am happy that he has chosen to live with Jem and Tessa for now. Alec just got voted the new council of the Clave, and I've never been more proud of him. Excuse me, Zara and the whole cohort people are trying to get everyone to leave Alicante so that they can have it for themselves. What? I can't believe the cohort just claimed Alicante to themselves. Like, what the heck? Right now it's 9:50 p.m. I just finished chapter 33. I'm now on page 836. I'm going to take a break for tonight. I'm going to try to study a little bit for my psychology exam and then go to bed. Good morning, everyone. It is now Tuesday, December 11th. It's about 8:25 a.m. I'm going to spend most of the day studying. I'm going to try to write an essay that's going to show up on the final. I'm really happy that my professor decided to give us the essay question on the final because there's going to be 2, and he gave us one of them for sure, and then the second one he kind of hinted about. So I'm going to work on the second essay question that he gave us, and then after working on the essay I'm going to study the whole study guide. It's like 16 pages right now. There's a lot that I have to go through, and there are some questions I'm unsure of, so I gotta go and review that. I'm not sure how many chapters left that I have in Queen of Air and Darkness, but I'm on page 837. It's like a little chunk of the book left, so I feel like I'm definitely gonna finish it today, but I want to wait for Trin so that we could hopefully try to read the ending of it together. So it's about 11:44 and I'm about to read the last chapter in Queen of Air and Darkness, and then there's an epilogue after that. Aline and Helen are now the official heads of the LA Institute, and I could not be happier. Alec just proposed to Magnus and it was the cutest thing ever. So I think Magnus and Alec are actually gonna have their wedding ceremony. So it seems that things are being set up for a wedding ceremony and it seems like it's a go. Okay, but this is so beautiful. So I just finished the last chapter and now I'm on the epilogue, and I immediately saw the first line of the epilogue and I know that it follows the Seelie Queen's point of view. Trin just texted me, we're both about to start the epilogue and I'm pretty nervous. We'll see how it goes. So I just finished the epilogue. It was a lot shorter than I thought because at the end of the book there's a bonus story featuring Jace and Clary, so the epilogue was only 4 pages when I thought it was longer than that. So the Jace and Thules and Ash are back. I don't know how that happened. I knew that Ash was eventually going to come back because he's a main character in the Wicked Powers. The thing that kind of worries me is the fact that this Jace is asking for Clary, and obviously we know that Clary and the actual Jace are like happily in love. This bonus story that I'm about to read is probably going to be Clary proposing to Jace or something. I don't want this Jace to ruin everything. So I just finished the book. I knew that Clary and Jace were gonna be engaged by the end of it. This book was such a wild ride.
Oh wait, the vlog wants to see you.
I'm actually vlogging too! I did not realize that the Wicked Powers does not come out till 2022. For some reason I thought it was coming out sooner than that, and then when I saw the release date I was like, wait a second.
I have to be alive for another few years.
Yeah, like I knew that we were gonna get the last hours first, yeah, but I just did not realize how long it'd be till we get the first book in the Wicked Powers. Hi everyone, so it's been like a week and a half since the last vlog clip you saw. I was intending on ending the vlog a lot sooner than that, but then I haven't been feeling well the past few days, so I just haven't had the energy to film. I'm feeling much better now, so I wanted to go ahead and quickly wrap up the vlog and include some of my final thoughts on the book. Overall, I love the book, but I do think that this is my least favorite in the trilogy. I still don't really know which is my favorite in the trilogy. I feel like I'm leaning towards Lord of Shadows, but but I also really loved Lady Midnight. I really love that we got to see more of Drew in this book, and I really look forward to seeing more of her in the Wicked Powers. I feel like in the Wicked Powers it's definitely going to deal with a lot of the consequences of Ty's attempt to necromancy, and also deal with some of the things about Kit finding out that he's the lost heir. I know that the Wicked Powers focuses on Ty and Kit, and I think it's amazing that they're gonna have their own series, and I really look forward to it. But I am a little bit bitter and a little bit unsatisfied with how things were left off between the two of them in this book. I'm also super nervous about the whole Thule Jays coming into play. That's pretty much it. If you actually stayed and watched this whole thing, wow, I am really amazed, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Please let me know your thoughts on this book in the comments below. Let me know your predictions of what's going to happen in future books. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!